Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to your English literature class. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and studying properly at home. Today we're going to read a topic and you already know the name of the topic. I hope you all are ready with your literature book and copy and of course pen. So as you know, the name of our topic is the Pigeon Creek, right? The Pigeon Creek. What does creek mean? Creek means a narrow river, narrow waterway is called creek. Like river sometimes meets ocean and seas, creek also can meet ocean and seas. So today we're going to have a video in both lectures, lecture 1 and 2. So to start the lecture 1 part, you must have to read. So let's read. We're going to read the both lectures, lecture 1 and 2, right? So in lecture 1 part, we will read up to this. I'm going to read, and after my reading, you will pause the video, you'll stop the video and read yourself for 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, then you will come back to the video again. So now I'm going to read and you will listen. Okay, listen carefully. The Pigeon Creek. Pigeon Creek flows for about 4 kilometers. The last 1 kilometer runs just below Jackson Elementary School. None of the students have ever seen a fish in Pigeon Creek. One day, the students of Mr. King's 4th grade class went down to the creek. All they saw was muddy water. There were bottles and cans, old tires, and a lot of other rubbish in it. The 4th graders stared at the muddy water. Along the bank were some smashed cardboard boxes and a broken refrigerator. The students stood on the bank looking at the rubbish in the water. "What's that?" asked Mr. King. "It looks like a garbage dump to me," replied Peter. "No," said Mr. King. "It is a stream. It was clean stream when I was a little boy." "It doesn't look like a stream now," said Jane. "Look, I see water moving right under those old tires," said Kate excitedly. Okay, so from lecture 1 we learned the theme or main point. Also we must know it first, that the story The Pigeon Creek is about how environment pollution, especially water pollution, harms animal life. And in this story we will also know about the life cycle of the salmon fish. Okay, once there was a creek named Pigeon Creek, and it was about 4 kilometers long, right? The last 1 kilometer of this creek was running just below Jackson Elementary School, a school called Jackson Elementary School. Mr. King was the teacher of that school. I tried to draw a picture of Mr. King. Okay, Mr. King took his students, the students of which grade? Can you remember? 4th grade. 4th grade or 4th graders, or the students of 4th grade are the same thing. So he took his students to the creek to watch, to have a view of the creek. And when they arrived there, they saw that its water was muddy, and there was so many, there were rubbish, like unnecessary things or used things, like bottles, cans, old tires, smashed cardboard, and also a broken refrigerator. So the students when they saw it, they couldn't believe that it was a creek. They thought that maybe it's something like, dustbin. It doesn't look like a creek or a small river, because a small river is a very beautiful thing, but whatever they were looking at, they were staring at. Staring means having a close look. Staring at, that was not a good view for them. Sorry, from here. The Pigeon Creek. Okay, after excitedly, we're going to read. Salmon used to born in Pigeon Creek, Mr. King told them. They would hatch from eggs laid at the bottom of the stream. When they were big enough, they would swim to the Pacific Ocean. After they stayed in the ocean for a while, they would swim back. This creek was once full of salmon, continued Mr. King. In the ocean, they were a beautiful silver color. Beautiful silver color. But salmon change their color when they are ready to have babies. When they swim back to the stream, their sides turn red. The fourth graders stared at the muddy stream. It was hard for them to believe that Pigeon Creek might have ever been filled with clear water or beautiful fish in the past. A few days later, the principal of Jackson School made an announcement. The school was going to help clean up the creek. The Jackson School teachers told their students what they are going to do. The stream needed a lot of care and attention. They would clean the stream, then they would fill the stream with salmon raised from eggs in a classroom aquarium. They would make sure that the salmon returned to Pigeon Creek. The students listened in wonder. They opened their eyes wide and said, "Do you mean us?" "Yes," said the principal. "You can save Pigeon Creek if you work hard." It was going to be an exciting year ahead. In lecture 2, we see that Mr. King tells students the past story of the Pigeon Creek, that how it was before, because when he was a little boy, he saw this creek, and that time this creek was not, like now, it was not full of rubbish that time, full of garbage that time. It was very good and good looking, with clean water and beautiful salmon fish. So he also told the students about the life cycle of salmon fish. I pronounced salmon. This L will be silent. Okay, salmon. What did he say about the life cycle of the salmon fish? Let's learn. So Mr. King said, I tried to draw a picture of the life cycle of salmon fish. That means how does it grow and what is its last condition. Okay, so in this picture, I tried to draw two portions. One is the Pigeon Creek and another one is the Pacific Ocean. Because from here, Pigeon Creek, salmon fish would go to the Pacific Ocean in the past. That means when Mr. King was a little boy, that time it happened like this. But now people are making environment dirty and polluted. That's why salmon fish cannot have this type of life cycle right now. So Mr. King said that once this Pigeon Creek Okay, Pigeon Creek was full of beautiful salmon fish. Salmon would hatch from the eggs. Okay, that means they would come out from the eggs laid in the bottom of the stream, and when they are big enough, they would go to the Pacific Ocean, right? Pacific Ocean. Well, after staying there for some times, they would, when they stayed there, they became bigger in size, and after staying there for some times, they would return to the Pigeon Creek. When they were in the Pacific Ocean, their size were, the color of their size was silver, and when they returned to the Pigeon Creek, their side turned red. Okay, so they used to come to the Pigeon Creek especially when they are ready to have babies. That means they were full of eggs. So again, same thing happened. They used to lay egg, and from the egg, baby salmon used to come out. When they are big enough, they used to go to the Pacific Ocean. After staying there, they would become a little bit bigger, and they would return to the Pigeon Creek again with eggs. Okay, and when they were in the Pacific Ocean, their size were what color? Silver color. And when they were in the Pigeon Creek, what was their color? Their size color was red. I hope you got the point. We already know that Mr. King and these students came from Jackson Elementary School. The name of the school was Jackson Elementary School. And when they informed all these things to the school, what the school said? The principal of the school made an announcement. Okay, that means he declared something. He said something. And what was that? He said that the school with its teachers and students will clean up the dirty Pigeon Creek, and they will make it beautiful and good like before. They will, that means the students will save the Pigeon Creek. Who said it? Principal said it. The students will save the Pigeon Creek, and they will save the Pigeon Creek by working hard. And the teachers told them that how can they do this? So they said to the students that they will have an aquarium in the classroom, and in that aquarium they will raise salmon eggs, and when salmon fish will come out from the egg, they will return them to the Pigeon Creek again after the cleaning of the Pigeon Creek. That means the water of the Pigeon Creek will be clean, so that time that's why salmon fish will not have any problem to stay there and hatch eggs, and they will have a normal life there. Everything will be okay like before. So salmon fish, that's how the students will help to keep clean the environment, and it will be ensured. That means it will make happen, or it will be determined or confirmed by the schools. Okay, so already we got that because of the environment pollution, salmon fish could not stay in the Pigeon Creek because people made the Pigeon Creek dirty. So there was no salmon fish. And when the students went there, they also saw that the Pigeon Creek was full of rubbish. So that's why if they can clean the Pigeon Creek again, then of course salmon fish will again come here in the clean water, and they can save environment and also the lives of salmon fish. Thank you. From now you have to read the lecture sheet, and you have to solve the related exercise. Answer sheet will be uploaded later, and your literature teacher will ask you question from this lecture. So please watch this video again and read the lecture sheet again, so that you can know the things properly and answer your teacher properly. Hope to see you again. Good luck and thank you.